Hi, I'm Alin Tolea in my studio at Analogue Studio, and I'm here to show you how to use one of my Instax Wide hacks, which is hacking a Polaroid Land camera to use the commercially available Lomograflok made by Lomography. This can be purchased online, B&H, etc., etc., or lomography.com, and allows you to shoot Instax Wide prints with a large format camera, or in this case, with a portable rangefinder, largish format camera. And I'm gonna assume that you have not used one of these things before, and unless you have a hacked one, I doubt that you have, because this was designed and partially manufactured in the 1950s, and it was designed to use this no longer available since the 1960s, 1970s, or roll film, instant film. But right now I have hacked it and designed a 3D printed adapter that allows you to just slide in the Lomographlok after you remove this cover. So now it's an Instax Wide machine. Now, in case you haven't used one of these before, it's a completely manual camera. That means you have to focus, frame, measure the light, adjust your shutter speed and aperture all manually, shoot, and then eject the picture, and then you have an Instax Wide photo in several minutes. Let's begin here. When it's gonna come to you, I don't sell this, you buy this on your own. I do sell a modification service, so ideally you have to send you your own sourced Polaroid 110A, 110B, or 120. I cannot work with any other Polaroid Land camera. And I'm going to transform it to one that shoots Instax Wide. So, you set the camera, I hack it, it's going to come to you in this form with a lovely back cover. So, let's go through the basics. We slide in the Lomograflok. We turn it on, because otherwise you won't be able to remove the dark slide. Remember to remove the dark slide before you shoot, because otherwise you're not going to actually be able to get a picture. And the cover pops open by pressing this latch. Make sure it locks. And then the first thing we do, we have to lock in the front standards to the infinity stop. And it has a little clasp here. This guy here has to grab with both fingers, kind of just slide it up, and it's gonna lock securely here. Pop open the cover, and then use your favorite light meter and to measure the light. These lenses have a maximum aperture of 4.7, and they will allow you to shoot with speeds from bulb to 1 second to 1/300 of a second if it's a 110A or 110B, or if it's a 120, they go to 1/500 of a second. They do have different shutters. So, because in the studio I only have natural light at this point, I'm gonna be setting this to my widest aperture, which is 4.7. So this is at 4.7, measure the light, and at f 4.7, it says 1/8 of a second, which is fairly slow, especially a heavy camera, but that's all I get. Don't forget, you are shooting instant prints, so if you hold your camera steady, the result might still be pretty good. It's a small print. Right, so I have 1/30 of a second. This is the speed ring, 1/8, and you change the aperture using this side lever at 4.7. Cock the shutter, and then comes the kind of tricky part. All these the 110A, 120 models have a separate rangefinder and viewfinder. So you use the rangefinder to adjust the focus, and basically you're gonna see two overlapping triangles, and that would be two overlapping images, and then you just have to overlap those. Two separate triangles, you just have to overlap the images in that center triangle. And then use this viewfinder, the one on the left. And because of the way I modify this, the framing is not perfect, but it's also predictable. It's just a little lower than you'd expect, so it's about 1/4 of a frame lower. So if you want something to be at the top of the frame, you have to basically cut that object off. So I'm gonna focus on my lovely friend who's doing the job of taping this for me. Cut her head off a bit.
Don't do that.
Not for real. I just did that. Press the eject button. And see the print right here. And while it does that, say you're done with the photography, and then while the camera is still on, while the back is still on, you have to insert it doesn't work if it's off. So it doesn't work to insert the dark slide back if it's off. So still on, be careful not to bend this. Put it back on, turn this off, and then say you're done. Have to fold the cover back, set this to infinity. Basically you have to retract it all the way. This is the focus button, by the way. And this is the shutter button. So focus, shutter. And use two fingers, your thumb to unclasp this from the front infinity stop. And then push it all the way using this. And then use both your thumbs, unlock the scissor mechanism here, the scissor. And then push the cover closed. Make sure it latches. And say you're done with the Lomographlok, you want to store it separately. It's quite sensitive, so it's going to fall on the ground, you may actually break. And then replace the cover. This protects both the bellows and the back of the lens from accidental damage. And you're done. This is not quite developed yet, but say hello to Anna.
That's me.
Hello. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out on Instagram at Analogue.Studio DC or to my website, one of the comments. Thanks for watching.